The Legal Rebels Tour Diary. Brought to you by Westlaw, better results faster. By Total Attorneys, Rebels Welcome. By Hertz. By Sprint. And by Starwood Preferred Guest.
Hey, it's day 3, Legal Rebels Tour Diary. We're coming to you from Hartford, Connecticut, where we just got done talking to Dan Schwartz, who is leading a task force at the Connecticut Bar Association to revamp their website and try and bring it into the 21st century. You did the interview. What are your initial thoughts about Dan?
Dan is incredibly proactive. All of the suggestions that he's making to the website are things he's implemented in his own practice. He's embracing free technology and teaching the Bar Association that not everything has to be 100% compatible and extensive as far as cost and time. Sometimes there's a solution that's 95% compatible, and if the association's willing to move that 5%, you can find something that's really valuable to members and effective within the association.
What do you think of Schwartz?
I liked his point that all these new media and social media elements that are out there in the world are just tools that lawyers can and probably should be using and trying out.
I thought that, what he's doing is, or what he's trying to do with Connecticut is, in some ways, very radical, very forward-looking for a bar association, but not for just your run-of-the-mill company. And I would certainly put, ABA and ABA Journal in that mix. I mean, what we're trying to do with Rebels, in a way, is using a lot of those free tools that he talked about toward a particular purpose. And I think bar associations and lawyers in general tend to be later adopters of technology. So it's easy for bar associations like ours and like his to seem to be on the cutting edge when in fact lots of people in other companies and situations have used the technology.
One thing that's really great to note about Dan is I asked him how much time he spends a week on his blog. He said 2 to 5 hours. He said, but that's not in addition to my practice. I'm already analyzing these cases. I'm already talking about them to clients. So it's just integrated into a part of my day or a part of my practice. And I think a thing that holds a lot of lawyers back is they say, well, I don't have time to do something in addition to. And really, this is woven into his everyday, which is something that's great.
That's a good point.
We're headed from here down to Norwalk, Connecticut, to the offices of Folio Magazine, which is the magazine for magazine professionals, which we are, after all. They want to do a story about the Legal Rebels Project as media, as a way of telling stories in a different way. So as I'm saying this to you, we're showing you some shots of that exchange down in Norwalk, which is being taped after this is put together. And then I know you wanted to give some shout-outs to some folks.
I have a couple shout-outs. I didn't want to forget B. McLeod, the ABAjournal.com's most devoted reader. He wants us to do some singing of our songs of the day. I don't think we're quite ready for that.
No.
But maybe someday along this tour route. And then I also wanted to mention legal humorist Sean Carter, who sent encouraging words to Legal Rebels Project co-coordinator Reg Davis, and he encouraged us to keep it up as we lawyers desperately need to celebrate one another because heaven knows no one else is going to do it. Thanks, Sean.
So true. And speaking of celebration, it's time for Song of the Day. Remember, folks, you can listen to these songs of the day in the widget that is on the main tour page, legalrebels.com/tour. Miss McDonough, what is your Song of the Day?
I'm going with Wilco's, another Chicago band, and their song "In a Future Age," and the lyrics I'm gonna pick out are "Let's turn our prayers into outrageous dares and mark our page in a future age."
Ooh. And you, what's your Song of the Day?
Willie Nelson, On the Road Again. I'm not sure I'd call us a band of gypsies, but we're hitting the road right after this to head to New York, so.
That's right, and since we're headed to New York, my Song of the Day is going to be from the Beastie Boys, "No Sleep Till Brooklyn."
Right. Awesome.
So we're about to start our New York stint of the tour. We're in New York for a total of 6 days, 4 of which are actually work days, 2 on the weekend, starting tomorrow with another Legal Rebel in Manhattan. So check back in then. We're out.